Hello everyone. This is a big pleasure for me to be a part of International Forum on Musical Education in Europe now. My name is Maria Grominska. I am a PhD candidate in Academy of Music in Poznań and also I am first flutist in Kraków Philharmonic Orchestra. I'm also a former teacher of primary and secondary music school in Poland, and from this point of view, I would like to talk about thing that we have left from the e-learning in schools. School music education in Poland, and therefore learning to play an instrument, is divided into two stages. First, implemented in 4 or 6 year cycles respectively, and second, in the case of learning to play wind instruments, lasting 6 years. Flute lessons consist of individual meetings between the students and teacher twice a week. These are complemented by lessons with an accompanist pianist. In March 2019, due to the spreading epidemic threat of the SARS-CoV-2 virus, our pedagogical classes were moved to a virtual space. And so, without extensive preparations, teachers, including myself, took on the challenge of teaching an instrument online. Among most lower-level music school teachers, this was their first encounter with e-learning as an educator. E-learning, in the master-student relationship to which we were accustomed, became a third participant in instrumental classes and significantly affected many aspects of plain teaching. Because of this, new problems in teaching emerged that needed to be addressed effectively. The first and most obvious problem teachers faced was the form of the lesson itself. Initially, we ourselves searched for the most sustainable form of lesson, whether real-time via various types of communicators discussing uploaded student recordings, which was later crystallized in the most establishments into one type, which was transferring the classic lesson from the classroom to the internet in real time. This has caused a number of problems caused, for example, by poor connection quality. We know something about it. Slow internet, network interference, overloaded messenger servers. It causes delays in transmissions, sound and pictures, distorted or simply poor quality of sound and picture. Also, hardware limitations. Even with the best network connection, you need good enough equipment, microphone, headphones, or speakers to send and receive sound of satisfactory quality. And lack of direct contact in the sense of physical proximity, being able to see movements at close range from different angles, for example. These limitations, at first glance, prevent effective teaching of the flute, but on the other hand, they have forced a different perspective on the ways of learning and imparting knowledge, and the emergence of new support tools, such as instrument learning apps. There are now at least a few online applications available for practicing and learning to play an instrument. These include Tunestro, Metronaut, and SMARTMUSIC. I would like to discuss this in more detail using SMARTMUSIC as an example, as it is the most comprehensive, almost training platform-like application and offers the most opportunities for students and teachers alike. It is also now proving itself as one of the ways of learning to play in the Wieniawa Youth Orchestra in Poland. SMARTMUSIC is a set of online music education tools that support effective practice and help musicians develop their playing and musical intelligence. It comes in two subscription versions, for the music teacher and the and the performer. It will be presented from the student's point of view. Each student is given their own account, which gives them access to a world-class practice studio wherever they take their laptop, iPad, or other internet-enabled multimedia device. The platform itself is maintained in English, but even with little knowledge of the language, it becomes very intuitive after just a few uses. The content of the SMARTMUSIC e-learning platform is repertory and music library, including the best textbooks and an interactive library of sheet music. Accompaniment. Professionally recorded accompaniment enables a cautious performance of chamber and orchestral parts in terms of the relationship between the part being performed and the rest of the piece, with each item in the library recorded with an equal version of the master part. Information return and exercise. Interactive notes allow for quality control of the exercise. Students receive immediate feedback on pitch and rhythm, so they have more control over the learning process and do not rehearse mistakes. You can control of the tempo of the accompaniment of the performed parts, permanent access to the metronome and tuner. There's possibility to record your exercise and listen to it again with a note image of the performance. Also, there is a contact with the teacher. To pass a piece, the student sends the best recordings to the teacher. The teacher himself can see the student's progress in the grade book. Of course, in the paid version, a tool for editing and writing signs the possibility to create your own exercises in the application. SmartMusic allows you to load already prepared notes from all the programs and formats and from a MIDI sounds file and can adapt to the level of each student. The teacher can determine every element, from the duration of the exercise to the sound context. Teaching app, use or not to use. Although many teachers believe that such tools are a good help or addition to classroom teaching. However, after the pandemic, they have not found this kind of tools a permanent use in schools. To sum up, it is obvious to us musician teachers that not everything can be done via the internet, and certainly not in the form we know from school. However, thanks to applications such as Tonestro, Metronaut, or SmartMusic, it is possible to teach instruments via the internet in an effective, transparent, and enjoyable way. In addition, they make it possible to track real results in learning progress, which is an additional motivation for students to continue working. It also makes it possible to approach online classes in a positive way, to find new methodological solutions, and to derive joy and satisfaction from the results achieved in learning to play the flute. Using this kind of app can be a good basis as a working system. This is how the Vienna Orchestra works. Or for us, for now, an enjoyable diversification and practice aids during times such as holidays. Thank you for your attention and greetings from Krakow.